Hi, this is Michael at TV Radio 1972, and previously I did an unboxing and demonstration of the Raynic CR-1009 Emergency Alert Radio, which I bought from Amazon for $33.99 after using a $6 coupon. Now, this model, the CR-1009, is also sold under the PP Lee brand, which I'll show you right here. It's still available in red. It's not available in green or orange anymore, but it's a very similar radio with the same functions. And they're currently selling it at the time of this recording for $39.99. Plus, you can use an extra 15% coupon. So the price will come down to about $34. But before you do that, I'm going to review this radio. Now, it came with a carabiner, which is a nice little clip here, USB charging cable here, micro USB. It came with this strap and compass here, which you can carry the radio with. Owner's manual here. It's in English. And on the back of it, it has the support email and website here. And an instruction sheet on how to operate the radio using the AAA and lithium-ion batteries. You can pause and read that. Now, this radio has AM, FM, shortwave, and weather bands, plus an LED flashlight, an LED reading lamp, SOS alert siren, red LED beacon light, hand crank, built-in USB port to allow charging external devices, and you can power via the lithium-ion rechargeable battery, which is an 18650 battery, solar power, hand crank, micro USB, 3 AAA batteries or an AC adapter. The lithium-ion battery, by the way, is included. AAA batteries and the adapter is not. Now, the dimensions on this radio is 6 3/4 inches in length, 3 3/4 inches in height, 2 3/4 of an inch in depth, including the knobs. A speaker grill right here of 2 3/8 inches long and 2 inches in height. So you'll probably get no bigger than a 2-inch speaker. And has a 10-inch antenna in the back right here. Now, here's the front of the radio here. Your speaker grill here. It has a low battery light here, a charging light here, and a power light here. It has your dial here, 520 to 1700 AM, 87 to 108 FM, and in shortwave 2.3 to 22 megahertz. All in one band, by the way. It has your on-off switch, which also works as a volume button here. And has a tuning wheel here. Tuning knob. It has band selector switch, shortwave, AM, FM, and weather band. A AA lithium-ion switch here. And your weather band switches here, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the bottom, some place to hold the radio here. A battery drawer with the screw on it to, that is where the 18650 replaceable lithium-ion battery is. You can replace it. There's nothing wired to it. It's replaceable, as I demonstrated in the unboxing video. On this side, you have your reading light button here. No, your reading light button here, your flashlight button here, and your SOS alert siren button here. And then there's a cover, water resistant cover, in which it has a port for your DC input jack here and your USB jack here to power your devices. So you can power the radio this way, and you can power your devices here. Have to be careful, I don't want to set off the SOS alarm, because the SOS alarm is actually pretty loud. In the back, you have your antenna here, which swivels almost all the way. So that's good. Your battery door here. And that's where you store your AAA batteries, not included. And here's how the batteries are lined up on the radio. You can pause and look at that. And then your hand crank here. And then on this side, your beacon light here for the SOS and your flashlight here. It's pretty bright. And then on the top is your solar panel. And then you open for your reading light. You have to turn on the reading light. It doesn't go on by itself. And right now I'm going to show you the lights. So if I press this top button, that's your reading light. It's pretty bright. I've used this. It works pretty good. And then there's your reading lamp here. I'll put it to the side. It lights pretty good. It's pretty bright. Now, I'm not going to press this button. It's a pretty loud siren. So I'm not going to try that. And what I'm going to do next is turn on the radio and go through the bands. Starting with the weather band. Now I have to unplug something here, or else it'll weaken the reception a bit. I'll put it on 5. I mean, it's workable. The reception is pretty workable depending on your spot, but my nearest station is KZZ31 from Hardyston, New Jersey, so I don't get perfect reception with that with any of my radios. Now, if KWO35 in New York City came back on the air, it'd be a different story. I would get great reception. And by the way, that New York City station, KWO35, is on 162.55. KZZ31 in Hardyston, New Jersey is 162.50 megahertz. And that's it for the weather band. I'm going to try FM band next.
높았습니다. 시간당 임금은 4.4% 증가했습니다.
Yeah, the dial's not very accurate. That's a problem with this radio. And that's not the only problem, but I'll just show you.
실업률은 2분기 4.3%, 1분기 4.2%로 사상 최저 순이었던 4%와 비슷한
87.75 WNYZ-LP. But by the looks of this dial, it's closer to 89.
이중 연소도 $62,000 미만의
Actually, and save some money, it's all up to you. Hassle and La Bodega de la Mañana.
It's my presidential behavior. If we're going to say, well, this is even worse than what Trump is saying, I want us to pause here for a moment as a country and think about what have we become accustomed to when it comes to rhetoric out of this White House.
Well, let me ask you about one particular part of that rhetoric. When President Trump talks about gun violence, he often talks about mental illness. Connie, this week you tweeted
WNYC, New York City, 93.9, but by the looks of it, it's closer to 96.5 or 97.
Or who know or love someone who is
I get you all on my, I'm all in my bag. Yo creo que no tiene que ver con esto tampoco. Perdón. And let's settle. Now, this is like going right through them.
Now, one thing though, are you leaving this game as a topic right now? Because
Here's another example.
Please, I don't mean to totally derail. I don't know if you guys saw this. RJ and I talked about it before the show. I honestly think that last night in the
WEPN, 98.7 ESPN New York, but look where it is. It's almost at 104.
At quarterback for the Giants, drop back to pass.
Look in mirrors.
Isn't?
Or Scheller,
Your fault, not
if
ours.
you look deep in his numbers, does look like the real deal. He doesn't look like a flash in the pan. Mike Tauchman, on the other hand, when you start digging through his numbers, he's got a batting average of balls in play that's, among the top 1% in baseball. With
WFAN, 101.9 New York City. It's almost at 107 here. So very inaccurate, the dial. And then, that's not even the worst of it. I'll show you.
I mean, characteristic. Federal.
Tell him he's going to be wearing pink clothes all semester. No matter what unpredictable things your child does during college, a low-rate student loan with multi-year approval means you could apply once and be covered. From orientation to graduation. Learn more about how our great rates on undergrad,
WLTW 106.7 Light FM New York City. Look where it is. It's beyond the indicator 108, more like 110. And that's as far it goes up. Really. I can't get anything above 106.7 on this radio. It won't go that far. So, the way they implemented the tuning on this, or its DSP, poorly implemented, and that's, I'm not even saying, that's more of an understatement to me. Poorly implemented this radio. Now, sensitivity and selectivity is not bad. I was able to get 40 stations on the FM dial, so it's not bad, selectivity and sensitivity, but to only go up to 106.7 and not above, that's pretty bad. But let's go to AM. Now, this is another problem. On the AM dial, if I use lithium-ion battery, you get this clicking. But if I go to AM, it's fine. That's another flaw of this radio. By the way, that's 570, by the way. I'm going to tune that in.
Because inflammation is part of our immune system. It's something we don't really control, and it's very fast acting. But if it doesn't get handled...
WMCA New York City, 570. Dial's not very accurate either here. This is more like maybe 600.
Arthritis.
not know what to do. He had no...
It's
Polls won't show President Trump winning. Now, they do show his approval still pretty high nationwide. That's good going into an election. But again, I think that there's that silent group getting a bit less silent, but then you have these actions by these protest groups saying, here's their names, let's go out with pitch.
970 WNYM Hackensack, New Jersey, AM 970 The Answer. It's at 1100 on this dial.
That's how you create that silent majority again. That was, I think, coming.
Director Susan Lugatai says, if you look at countries like India and China and many.
I think you got it now. Come on, lift it up. Agredidamente aberración. Eso es una vergüenza tanto nacional como internacional.
Here's another example.
Eso no aporta nada. No hay un programa aquí en Nueva York que pueda decir que ha aportado.
WADO 1280 New York City, but it's almost around 1500 on this dial. Actually, maybe closer to 1550.
Los dominicanos lo están sacando de allá. En las secciones matrimoniales que me han.
Category, those neither employed nor in education or training, NEET, an acronym for that, not employed, not in education, not being trained, has a detrimental impact on society, and that the male retreat from the labor force has exacerbated family breakdown, promoted welfare dependence.
WNSW, Newark, New Jersey, relevant radio 1430. It's at 1700 here.
That's stunning.
And one more.
That's a stunning, that's a shocking fact.
Because there was an escape.
열사병 증상이 있는 경우는 찬물에 몸을 담가 체온을 낮추는 것이 중요합니다. 일사병은 탈수로 인한 수분 부족이 원인인데요. 대개 땀을 심하게 흘리는 것이 특징입니다.
WWRU, Jersey City, New Jersey, 1660, and that's where it ends. It doesn't go any higher than that. So, same thing with the AM. The radio, whether it's the tuning or the DSP chip, it's implemented badly. But let's go to shortwave. And I don't think I'm going to spend too much time on shortwave, because it's actually pretty hard to tune. Like last Saturday, I got the mighty KBC, but it was not very accurate. It was around that area, the dial, more like around 11 and 12, so even this dial's not that accurate. And at around 7, I got WWCR 4.840. Around 7 here, so it's definitely not accurate, this dial. And around this area, I got WWCR 12.160. It's not on right now, but when I listened to it, it was around 15. Definitely not accurate, this dial. But it does get some stations if you tune in slow and carefully. I know I'm tuning it pretty fast, but there was another time around 19 or 20 I got WRMI 15.770, which is Supreme Master TV. I don't think it's on right now, but I got around that area of the dial. So it's definitely not accurate. And I'm not even going to try WWV. I'm trying to see if I can find one more station, because we're hitting the 20-minute mark. Yeah, no luck. But I have received stations on this radio, so it's doable, but the tuning on the shortwave is just very difficult to, almost impossible to tune in. I can get it, but, I have to tune real slow and carefully to get anything on shortwave, but you can get shortwave stations on there, just mainly domestic area stations, or stations targeting or being towards the North America. You can probably get those stations, but mainly US base stations at best. So, final thoughts on this radio. Well, I wanted to like this radio. I really did, because it has a great reading lamp. It has a great flashlight. The siren's a bit loud, but at least it works. And even the weather band can be workable. But if you're going to have your tuning and DSP to not work, to not get the entire band, then it really defeats the purpose of getting this radio. Honestly, it does. And that really knocks the rating of this radio way down, because of the way they mishandled the DSP and tuning on this. The way they implement it is just bad. So as far as a rating is concerned, I mean, I'll give it a 3 out of 10, because the flashlight, the reading light, the SOS, and even the weather band work. So they're workable. It's workable. So I'll give it a 3 out of 10 there. And and one more thing I forgot to mention. When I tune into AM, you may have noticed it before, on certain stations, if you use the lithium-ion battery, especially if it's weak, look what happens. You get this clicking.
Infection, wound reopening, mesh migration, bowel
and this crackling. But if you switch to AAA,
you may be entitled to significant
it goes away. I may have mentioned this before, but if I forgot, just in case I forgot.
In May of 2016,
so honestly, I cannot recommend this radio. Now, if you want to buy the PP Lee brand of this radio, maybe they made a better batch out of it. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend this radio, and I'm definitely not going to take a chance on buying the PP Lee brand radio. And those are my final thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this channel, feel free to subscribe. You can follow my Twitter at TVRadio1972 on Twitter if you wish. And have a good weekend, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this review, and God bless. Bye-bye.